Hello primary 4 students, how are you? Welcome in your science class with me, Dr. Shaimaa Hamdy Kassem, and your channel, the Big Sister channel. As now we will study lesson 4 from concept to unit 1. We have here activity 9, how animals use communication systems. How the animals communicate with each other. As we, the humans, we have technology systems that allow us to communicate with each other, as we can make phone calls or sending text messages or sending emails. All of these are ways to communicate with each other by the technology. Technology. So the question here, how animals use communication systems, how they communicate with each other. We will talk about 2 examples, ants and humpback whale. So first we will talk about ants. As you see here, ants working together, helping each other, so they have a way to communicate with each other. As we know that the ants live in colonies. Colonies means big groups, okay, that contains thousands of individuals. So the colony contains thousands of individuals. We have the word colony, it's easy. Col-o-ni. And the plural colonies. Individual. In-di-vid-u-al. Individual. And these groups of ants have different rules, functions, and they divide the functions and the rules on them. So they have developed systems that allow them to divide their work among themselves, okay? As we see here, we have the nurse ants and the scout ants and a group which called soldier ants. The nurse ants have function that when the food is low, as there is a very small amount of food, so the nurse ants send smelly messages to the scout ants, as the scout ants are responsible for locating food. They are responsible for finding food, and when they find the food, they respond by sending messages to all ants to alert them where is the food, okay? So here, these are 2 groups of ants. First, nurse ants, they send a smelly message to the scout ants when the food is low, and the scout ants respond by sending smelly messages when they find the food. Then we have the group which called soldier ants. Soldiers, so they responsible for sending messages to alert the ants that there is a danger. So here, the communication between the ants depends on the smelly messages, the sense of smell. So they should have good smelling sense. So now we learned how the ants communicate with each other. Now we will see the second example, the humpback whale. What is the meaning of hump? Hump means the curve that found in the back, as the hump of the camel. And if the person has hump, especially the old people, they may have hump in their back. So this is a humpback whale. This is to know what is the meaning of the name. And the amazing fact about the humpback whales that they sing underwater. So they sing a wide range of notes. They have many tones and a series of songs. So they communicate with each other by these songs. They have different sounds, depend on the seasons. You know, they sing in the winter season songs different from the songs of the summer season. They can use different sounds as high-pitched sounds and low-pitched sounds. So what's the meaning of high-pitched sound and low-pitched sound? High-pitched sound looks like the sound of the woman. So it's a sharp voice. But low-pitched sound, it's rough sound and like the sound of the man, okay? So the humpback whales can sing by different sounds, okay? As in winter, this is a mating season. What the meaning of mating season? The season that they prepare to have babies, okay? So this is mating season. So to don't forget this part, as in winter, we have winter by W, the first letter, and mating by M. So W and M are opposite to each other in the shape. So in winter, this is a mating season for the humpback whale, and they use high-pitched sound, the sharp voices, to communicate with each other. And why they use the high-pitched sounds in winter season? Because the high-pitched sound travel better through cold water. We know that the sound travels in waves. So the sound waves of the high-pitched sounds travel better in the cold water. But in summer, the humpback whales communicate with each other by using the low-pitched sounds. And this is for feeding season, because the summer is feeding season. Okay, they eat, they collect their food in the summer season. So they use the low-pitched sounds because the low-pitched sound travel better in the warm water, because this is in summer, so the water is warm now. This is how the humpback whales communicate with each other in different seasons. As in winter, this is a mating season. They use a high-pitched sound to communicate with each other, as these high-pitched sounds travel better in the cold water. And in summer season, they use the low-pitched sound because it travels better in the warm water, as a summer season is a feeding season. So here they are communicated by hearing sense. So they must have excellent hearing sense, yes? And we took ants that communicate by smelling messages, so they have excellent smelling sense. So here animals can communicate with each other without technology. Now we will study activity 10. We know that the bats have the echolocation property, and they can locate their prey or any objects by using their sharp sense of hearing. As the bats make sounds, and these sounds are high-pitched sounds. So these sound waves hit something nearby the bat and reflects back or bounce back to it in a form of echo. And the bat listens, hears this echo, so bat can locate the object, even it is prey or any other object. And the scientists take this idea and try to create something that help people. So we can say that the bats inspired technology, as the technology take the idea from the bat, as scientists have been inspired inspired by the bad adaptation to help blind people. What the meaning of blind people? People that can't see. So the scientists create something that help the blind people to detect the surrounding. And this device is the special cane. Special cane. As you see here. So scientists have created a special cane that emits high-pitched sound. When the blind person walking with this special cane and an echo of this high-emitted sound is picked up, bounced back, reflected to this special cane. So the echo turned to vibration that the blind person feel in his thumb, in his hand, and in the thumb finger. And this vibration, a vibration like zzz, okay? So this vibration will tell the blind person that there is an obstacle or objects around him. What's the meaning of obstacles? As you see here, something that blocks his way, okay? So the echo that reflected from the high-pitched sound when it bounced off an object, well, turns into vibration that the blind people will feel it by his thumb, okay? And why the echo turns into vibration in the special cane? This is because the human can't hear the high-pitched sound, which looks like the high-pitched sound waves that produced from the bat. Okay, so here we have very important to note that the human cannot hear the high-pitched sounds produced by either the special cane or the bats. So we have some similarities between the special cane and the bats, as both of them emit high-pitched sounds that bounce off the objects as a form of echo, and both receive the echo that can tell how far away the object. But the difference that the special cane picks up this echo and change it into vibration that can tell the blind people where is the object. But bats don't need to do that, so they pick up the echo and don't change it into a vibration.